Ranger Bill, warrior of the woodland, struggling against extreme odds, traveling dangerous trails, fighting the many enemies of nature. This is the job of the guardian of the forest, Ranger Bill. Pouring rain, freezing cold, blistering heat, snow, floods, bears, rattlesnakes, mountain lions. Yes, all this in exchange for the satisfaction and pride of a job well done.
One time a man complained to his boss about a fellow employee. The man told the boss every time he went by the other man's office, he always found him staring out the window. The man wanted to know how the other fellow got away with it. The boss told him that if he came up with ideas like the man in question did, he'd get paid for staring out the window too. Ideas come from minds that do creative thinking. These ideas are what have given us the wonderful machines and gadgets we have today. In our story today, we find a young man who has an idea. I like to call this one the Tugboat Cowboy. At Junction City, Bob Mitchell, usually called Unc, owns the Inland River Barge Company. Unc's nephew, Dick, works for his uncle, and it's more or less been the understanding that someday Dick would take over the business. But right now, Unc is pacing the dock in a stew because both of his tugboats are laid up with engine trouble.
What's the matter, Unc? What's your face all powdered up for?
Oh, the otter's laid up with a busted engine now, too. Of all the businesses in the world, I had to get mixed up in river barging. It's a dumb and stupid kind of work. If one tug ain't laying down on the job, the other is. Or else a barge's got a leak in it, or else it's new houses to buy. It's always something to keep a man hopping. Never a minute's peace.
Well, Unc, that's business. I don't know what you're yapping about, though. You made money.
Sure, I made money, Barney. But I worked hard for it, too. Every winter we spend from October to Christmas busting ice on the river just so we can get enough stuff in here to carry everybody over the hard, cold part of the winter. Then the big freeze comes and we haul everything out of the water and into the shed so we can get them ready for spring and floodwaters. I'm tired of it, Barney.
I thought the general idea was to let Dick take over so as you could relax and take it easy.
What's that tugboat cowboy know about this business? Besides, things are slowing down up with the railroads and trucks working against us. You'd do better to get him something else. You know what I think I'm going to do, Barney?
Yeah, you're going to quit this here business and go live where there ain't no water. You're not even in bathtubs.
How'd you know that?
Because you told me that at least 24 times in the past year and a half.
Oh, that's so? Well, this time I mean it. I made up my mind. I'm going to sell out lock, stock, and life jackets.
Boy, I'm glad that meeting's over.
You said it. We're not used to sitting for several hours in one shot.
I'm sure glad to get out and stretch my legs. I feel like a pretzel. You look like a pretzel. You're not standing very straight. Yeah, give me time. These old muscles of mine don't stretch so quick like yours. Guess they're getting like old rubber, no give.
Stumpy, you killed me. Come on, fellas, let's walk over to the barge company.
Ain't you got that load of 50-gallon drums yet, Bill?
I know. What's so funny about that?
You ordered them nigh into 2 months ago. I could make them myself, but now... You can say that again, Stumpy.
Once in a while, I want to stop over at the barge company office and find out what's holding up delivery. That way, we'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone while we're here at Junction City.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I ordered the drums from the factory in Central City, and Unc was supposed to bring them here, and then they'd be trucked to Knotty Pine.
We could have carried them one at a time at this rate of speed. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's find out.
What do you mean I don't do things right? What do you mean by telling that to a man who's been in this business 40 years?
Unc, I'm not trying to insult you, but simply to point out where you're slipping.
Where I'm slipping? Why, you young upstart. I was skipper of a tugboat before you wore out your first pair of three-cornered pants. And what's more, you're still not dry behind the ears, you river cowboy. You handle a tug like it was a kiddie car. And someday you're going to rip the bottom out of one of them, and then we'll see how smart you are. You'll be laughed off the river.
Will you let off the throttle long enough for me to explain?
All right, go ahead and explain. Not that it'll do any good.
Nobody can tell you a thing around here, but, well, I'm going to tell you what your big problem is, and that's the plain and simple fact that you don't take care of your equipment.
Says who?
Says me. Your tugs are old, but they're good. And if you'd let me take them in one at a time, once a month, for a routine checkup, these breakdowns wouldn't happen. But no, you've got to run them until they're gasping their last breath. And then you get sore because they stop dead and refuse to move.
Oh, I suppose because you went to diesel.
This will never do.
I do about
We better
engine
speak up
maintenance.
so they know we're here.
I still
I'm not
think...
through yet. I've been saving this for a long
Hey, you two fellas. You're going to get high blood pressure if you keep this up.
Bill, what are you fellas doing here?
Hello, fellas. I didn't hear you come in.
We waited for the intermission so we could break in. I've come after the 50-gallon drums I ordered 2 months ago.
Ask him about the barrels. I'm not in business anymore.
What's with him, Dick?
Oh, the usual. Sit down, fellas. I'll fix some fresh coffee. Then I'll tell you all about it. Help yourself, fellas. There's some fresh sweet rolls under the cake cover.
Thanks, Dick. Do you think Unc is serious this time, Dick?
I wouldn't be surprised that he is, Bill. I know he's threatened to quit many times, but, well, that only goes on for so long, and then it finally happens.
Hey, is business that bad?
Oh, it's dropped off some, but, well, that's his own fault for the reasons you fellas heard as you came in. No doubt you did hear us. We were yelling loud enough to be heard a country mile.
Yeah, we heard you all right.
Sure, but why, it's normal, isn't it, to have a disagreement once in a while?
Yeah, maybe it is, but, well, I don't like it. I just got a little fed up with his perpetual grumbling when 9/10 of it is his fault.
I always heard that you were going to take over the business and Unc was going to retire.
Well, I guess Unc's changed his mind. He thinks I should be in a better business than this.
Perhaps he's right, Dick. He's been in this game a long time, you know.
Well, I appreciate his experience, but, well, he's lost his fight. Well, there isn't any business that doesn't have its ups and downs, and the river barges are no exceptions. The thing we have to do is to inject new ideas into this job to meet the change in conditions.
Have you got some ideas?
Have I? Oh, man, that's all I've been doing for months is thinking up ways to give this business a shot in the arm.
Would you tell us your ideas?
Well, sure, why not? I know you fellas can be trusted to keep quiet. My first idea is to haul truck trailers on barges. You know, the railroads do it with their piggyback service.
Piggyback on barges? Sure, why not?
Why not is right. You're using your head for something more than to keep your ears apart, Sonny. That's a real idea you got there.
I think it is too, Stumpy. I've carefully thought it out from all angles.
Yeah. Have you talked to Unc about this idea of yours?
Sure, until I'm blue in the face. He tells me I'm daydreaming and says I should spend less time doing it and watch where I'm going when I'm on the river before I crack up a tug. That's why he calls me a tugboat cowboy. Because I have fun when I'm on the river by dodging the sandbars instead of plowing the tugs through them at full speed, which, by the way, is pretty hard on the tugs.
I can see that all right.
You think your ideas will pay off?
And how? Well, look at the map of the river. We can haul cargo on the barges up the river and save 2 days as against railroad time and 3 days against truck time.
Well, if that's the case, I don't see where you've got any problem selling your idea.
Well, I don't think I would either, Bill. Except to Unc. And he owns this outfit.
Perhaps there's some way we can persuade the old fella.
Oh, I hope so. Hey, well, I've got to get down to the dock and take a look at the tug's engines, find out why they won't go. You fellas want to come along?
Right.
Sure, glad to.
Dick, you sure know your business. That diesel's purring like a kitten.
I guess I ought to. Went to school for 3 years to study diesel engines. And this is a good point at hand, though. If we put these engines on a routine checkup program, these things would be caught. It was obvious what was wrong as soon as I began looking the engine over.
Yep. You got a strong point there, young feller.
Now, look right here. This gauge tells me that the oil pressure fluctuates too much. I think there's a small leak in the line. If I didn't catch this now in a checkup, the engine would run until the line ruptured, and then we'd be in a mess. So you can see the problem I'm up against.
Yeah, I can understand now that you're beating your head against Unc, who is the same thing as a stone wall. You ever thought about leaving him and going into business for yourself?
Oh, I've thought about it, Bill. Well, I like the old gent. He's raised me since I've been knee-high to a scupper, and he's like my own father. Oh, he's rough, and he's tough, and he can still lick his weight in wildcats. But on the other hand, he sent me through school and then to diesel school. And that cost a lot of money, because he wouldn't let me work while I was in school. Said I needed all my time for studies. He's my family.
I understand, Dick.
But he's stubborn as a mule stuck in the mud, and that's what infuriates me. We could have it real nice, but it's one battle after the other.
How would you like it if I talked to Unc?
Would you? I've been trying to work up enough nerve to ask you for help. Oh, I'd be pleased if you would talk to him.
Okay, I'll give it a try. Well, this seems like a good place to sit and think, Unc.
Oh, hello, Bill. Yes, it is. Sit down.
Thanks.
Yep, I've done a lot of thinking here at the edge of the dock in years gone by.
Don't you think you can do some more right now for Dick's sake?
Oh, Bill, I'm tired. Tired of thinking, tired of working. Just plain tired and disgusted.
Unc, have you ever thought of retiring and letting Dick run the business?
Yeah.
Why don't you?
Oh, I'd rather die with my boots on.
Don't try to pull the wool over my eyes, you old fox.
What do you mean?
I mean, I wasn't born yesterday, and I know why you won't retire.
Oh, is that so? Suppose you tell me.
You don't want Dick to show you up. Also, you're afraid to grow old. Unc, you should be enjoying the retiring years of your life. Hunting, fishing, taking trips, or just plain loafing. You know, it's a real credit to the founder of a business if he can develop a younger man to take over and make the business hum after the founder steps aside. Oh, you could come around once in a while for old time's sake, but just to visit. Why hold the young horses back? Let them do the work that they're supposed to do, and let the old horses stand out in the pasture under a shade tree and rest, and watch the youngsters work like you did when you were young.
Maybe you're right. I ain't made up my mind yet.
Give Dick his chance, Unc. I know he thinks the world of you, and he wants to build up your business as a tribute to you. Everyday problems are a challenge to young men, while they're a burden to men who should retire. You know, I think you'll like Dick pretty well to care for him all these years like you have.
Yep, he is a good scrapper, ain't he? And he's got brains, too.
Yeah. Why not let him use them?
Well, I know what his grades were at diesel school. One of the smartest lads that ever took a wrench to an engine.
You're right. And you're the man who's holding him back. If you keep this up long enough, he might leave you.
You really think he might do that? Why, the ungrateful...
Whoa, there. If he does leave you, it'll be your fault. He's like a horse chafing at the bit, Unc. He'll do one of two things. Either break loose and run away or give up.
I wouldn't want him to do either. Why, he's the best man on the river. Well, next to me, that is.
Come off it. Admit that he's better than you. And if it's true, the credit goes to you because you trained him and developed his skills. You gave him the incentive to become as good as or better than his teacher. Be proud of him, but not jealous.
I never gave this that kind of thinking. But you're right. Maybe I'm a proud old man, and you young fellows are right.
You know, Dick has some good ideas. Like the piggyback barges and clearing the river to Knotty Pine.
No, wait a minute, Bill. Just because I listen to you doesn't mean I'm letting go of my common sense. Those were pretty words you spoke, but maybe you was buttering me up to let Dick try out a couple of his foolish ideas, huh?
Oh, you know me better than that.
I don't know such thing. Now, you get out of here. I like the way things are going, and that's the way they're going to stay.
All right, but I'm not through with you yet. Some morning you'll wake up, and Dick will be gone, and you'll be alone.
I'll be with you in a little while, Bill, just as soon as I set the cylinder head in place.
Okay, Dick. Take your time.
How'd you make out with Unc?
Well, I thought for a while I was getting somewhere with the old gent, but I didn't.
He's still stubborn?
Yeah. Just won't give in. I wish I knew why.
That could be one of the 7 great mysteries of the world.
You could be right about that, old-timer. Say, why don't you fellas go on back to Knotty Pine, huh? I want to stay here and see this thing through, now that I'm in it up to my neck.
Okay. All we're doing is standing around. Let's go, Stumpy.
Right, so long, Bill.
Oh, okay. I don't have much left to do now to get this tug back into operation. How'd you make out with Unc?
Not too well. I thought I was making headway, but when I approached the subject about piggyback barges and opening up the river to Knotty Pine, he balked, and that was all there was to it.
Yeah, I was afraid of that. Oh, he's a hard man to talk to, believe me.
That's true. But I know he can be reached. We just got to find the right way.
Well, I guess my goose is cooked. But I might as well give up. I don't want to leave here, so I guess I'll just have to stop thinking and let it go at that.
Now, wait a minute. You stop thinking and you'll become like stagnant water. It won't be good for anything. Why don't you go ahead and try to sell your idea? Get some subscribers. Talk to men in authority who can sign contracts for their companies. See how you make out.
Well, that sounds good, but why go to all that bother for nothing?
I don't think you'll be wasting your time, Dick.
Oh, have you got another idea up your sleeve?
I haven't looked yet, but you never know what might come out of my sleeve besides my arm.
Okay, Bill. I'll get the ball rolling. Mr. Withers, you and my uncle have worked hand in glove for years, even though you're competing carriers.
Well, that's right, Dick. We've done it not only because we're friends, but for the simple fact that many times our railroad's been hog-tied by land and rock slides and heavy snows, floods, well, what have you. Well, I remember the time it was so hot here for 2 weeks running that some of the rails buckled. Yes, Dick, out here, competitors have to help each other out or both will be out of business sooner or later. Say, is it true Unc's going to sell out?
Oh, I honestly don't know if he means it or not. Mr. Withers, I have a couple of ideas that'll help us both.
Well, let's have them. My ears are always open to ideas.
Well, piggyback truck trailers on barges.
Oh.
Clean out Dead Man's Gorge and open up the river all the way to Knotty Pine. Except for the hard freeze of winter, we can carry express cargo on the barges, which in turn will free your flat cars for heavier loads of freight, which in turn will bring your railroad more revenue. We'll eventually move our exchange terminal from Junction City to Knotty Pine. We'd get the same fees as we get now on the split carrier basis. How does that sound?
I think it sounds great, Dick. I really do.
Would you sign a contract?
I most certainly would. Right now, if you have the papers with you. Why, this would increase our cargo ability to Junction City and Knotty Pine by 50%.
I realize that. I plan to increase the power of the tugs for greater speed and load limit. I hope to be able to get 2 larger tugs in the not-too-distant future and more barges.
Wonderful. I know we'll be able to work out a very fine mutual agreement whenever you're ready. When will that be?
Well, that's a good question, sir. I hope not too long. Good day.
Good day, young man.
Say, Withers, I happened to overhear you. That fellow has quite an idea, I believe.
Yes, indeed, Cedric. And so have I.
Well, what's that, sir, if I may be so bold to ask?
I'm going to have a talk with Unc and find out if he's serious about selling out. And if he is, Then it would be to our advantage to buy the barge company.
Well, that's my idea, Mr. Jones. Do you think Mountain States Trucking would be interested in working out a mutual agreement?
I most certainly do. I think your idea is brilliant. Our truck trailers can be piggybacked to Knotty Pine a lot cheaper than we can haul them over the roads. Not only that, but the river route will eliminate an awful lot of hazardous driving between Central City and Canyon City, which, as you know, is our northern distribution terminal. Every truck driver on the Central City Knotty Pine route is a bonus man. We have to pay bonuses to get truck drivers to take the risk, especially at the speed they must maintain to keep our express business. This way we could slow down our non-perishable and non-express schedule, which would be much easier on our drivers. When can we sign a contract?
Well, I'm not sure yet. I hope it'll be shortly. Good day, Mr. Jones, and thank you.
So long, Dick. Yes, J.B.?
What did young Mitchell want?
He wants to piggyback our trailers on barges from Central City to Knotty Pine.
Oh, great idea. You told him we're for it, didn't you?
Yes, sir. How much do you think the barge company's worth?
Oh, not more than 30,000.
I've heard that Unc's serious about selling out.
Don't bother with rumors. Go find out.
Yes, sir, right away.
Oh, one more thing, Jones.
Yes, J.B.?
Tell Unc we'll give him a royalty of $20 a trailer for the next 2 years if he'll sell to us instead of the railroad.
I did it, Bill.
Oh, that's fine, Dick. We'll see if a little reverse psychology will work on Unc.
Oh, what do you mean?
You'll see in a couple hours. There's more than one way to skin a cat, you know.
What has skinning cats got to do with this?
Just be patient, my young friend. Don't be so impetuous. It's easier on the blood pressure.
Well, okay, but I still don't catch on to your plan.
Did the gentleman you talked with ask you if Unc's going to sell?
Yes, one did, Mr. Withers.
Railroad?
Yes, why?
The truckers have heard the rumor, too, without a doubt. Now that they've heard your ideas, there's going to be...
some fancy dickering to get Unc to sell.
You're so right. And unless I miss my guess, Unc's being besieged right now by 2 men with a fistful of money.
Get out of my cabin, Withers. Get out.
Now, listen to reason, Unc. I only came here to do a good turn.
Get out. Get out before I bust you in two. Where'd you ever get the wild idea I'd sell out? I ain't broke. And what's more, that nephew of mine's going to run this business and make it whistle.
5,000 more.
No! Get moving before I throw you through that door. Now get out!
Okay, but if you change your mind, I'll make it worth your while to let me buy it.
I ain't never going to sell this barge company. You can rumor that around a while.
Hello, Mr. Mitchell. I've got a handful of cash and a real offer for you.
Jones, what do you want?
To buy you out.
There's my old six-gun. A man can't have any peace and quiet anymore.
Take it easy, Unc. Do you want to sell?
No, now get out!
Here comes Cyclone.
All right. Which one of you clowns sicked him on me? Huh? What's so all-fired funny?
You are. You look like an English bulldog with lockjaw.
I do?
To a T.
Okay, the joke's on me. But you better not joke around when you take a test trial on that piggyback idea.
You mean we can try it? we're loaded and ready to go. Each barge has 2 truck trailers lashed to it.
Quite a sight, Dick. This will make history. When you shoving off?
Right now. Thanks, Unc, for letting me try this out. Oh, I've got to get to the wheelhouse before we're adrift. Cast off the lines!
I wasn't joking, Unc, when I said this would make history, and you're the one who let it come to pass.
Maybe so, but I ain't sold on it yet. When we get to Junction City, I'll believe he can do it.
He'll make it. And we'll help him, won't we, Unc?
I don't know about that. I made my first run by myself. I had only 1 barge. He's got 3.
Expect trouble?
No, but... this is a crazy river, Bill. Worse than a woman. You never can tell what she's gonna do next.
Well, there's the halfway mark.
Yep. The worst part of the river is yet to come.
Well, I'm not afraid of it.
Say, am I imagining things, or is the river getting rougher?
I told you the worst is yet to come. We're heading for the Narrows. The wind whips the water something fierce at times. I've seen 3-foot waves in the Narrows, and there ain't much room to maneuver. You just have to take it.
Well, he's the man who knows. Yeah, we're coming into the Narrows now.
Hey, boss! The lashings of one of the trailers come loose, and it's thrashing around.
Unc, will you take the wheel?
Nonsense, I'll take the wheel. I'm going with him to help. Watch my hand signals.
Aye, aye.
Come on.
It's a good thing the tug's pushing these barges instead of pulling her. We'd never make it to number 3 without getting wet.
I ain't much for crawling a hawser line, Bill, especially in cold weather.
Oh, there's the loose trailer. Boy, she's really sliding around. Wouldn't take much to pitch the trailer over the side.
I'll take care of it.
What are you going to do?
We're going to ease this barge up on the riverbank so she'll stand steady.
Yeah, but if you don't hit the bank right, she might list and throw the trailer out.
Not with the wind pushing against the trailer like it is. Hang on, Art's got my signal heading for the bank. We're going to hit.
You did it, Unc. The trailer's standing up. Oh, boy, you have to be in this game 30 years before you learn all the tricks of the trade. Let's get this block and tackle rigged and slide the trailer into place and lash it firm this time. And there goes the last trailer of our first piggyback load.
Yep, and it's history. Look at all the folks watching. They sure couldn't figure out how you was going to get them out of the barge. They didn't figure you'd build a platform out of timbers in each barge so the tractors could load and unload the trailers themselves. Yep, pretty smart, I say.
You really mean that, Unc?
Well, I sure do, son. Yep, you did it good and proper. And I'm all for it, 100%.
But I thought all along that you were against me.
Oh, you see, son, I figure anything worth getting is worth working for. You know what's easy to come by ain't appreciated. Dick, my boy, you're the best tugboat cowboy this river's ever seen. And the business? Well, she's all yours.
Well, see you next week for more adventure with
Ranger!